The Joe Rogan Experience.
So, have you paid attention to this Jeffrey Epstein stuff?
Yeah, a little bit.
What do you think is going on?
I think he.
If you had a guess.
I think that too many very powerful people. He had stuff on too many very powerful people.
Likely, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They took the guy off suicide watch, even though he's one of the most important witnesses.
Yeah, weird.
A really creepy, high-profile case that might have connected a bunch of really powerful people.
Yeah. I don't necessarily believe that it's, the people from, like, it's Trump or it's the Democrat. I think there's other very powerful people that would have wanted this guy to go away.
Oh, for sure.
You know
we
what I
have
mean?
no idea how many very powerful people want this
Yeah.
guy to go away. He could sing.
Right.
He could sing for his freedom.
My question is there... Didn't they get like a whole bunch of evidence and stuff from him that like these powerful people would have...
Oh, yeah. Where is all that stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said you didn't know that he had a cellmate. This was the guy that was
That's
his
his
cellmate.
cellmate?
Whoa.
What? How hard do you
What'd
think that guy fucked
do?
him?
He's a former cop.
Jeffrey Epstein reportedly
Jeez.
wasn't checked on for hours before his apparent suicide. That guy found him there?
Like how
Why do we think that guy didn't kill him?
they left
that guy-
a rope in there?
That guy could definitely kill him without leaving.
That guy looks like he
any
could do some
evidence.
damn... Look at the guy's arms.
That guy could just wrap Jeffrey Epstein up in a bear hug and hang him himself.
Maybe he just choked him.
Yeah. I mean, he could put that noose around Epstein's neck and then squeeze his arms together and just pull on it until the guy hangs to death and then go, oh my God, I found him hanged. That guy's jacked.
That guy's
You
huge.
imagine you go to jail in a high-profile case and they throw you in there with a giant bald guy.
That's like
Go to that
Grossberger
picture again.
from Stir Crazy.
But look at this. This is like caricature of the guy you don't want to be stuck in a prison with.
Exactly.
I mean, it literally is the guy.
Yeah, in the bad movie, that's the guy waiting for you in the cell.
He
Ex-cop.
Yeah. He looks
Wow.
like, what is his name?
What'd he go to jail for?
Nicholas
Yeah, look at his name.
Briarcliff Cop,
Tartaglione.
Westchester County. Charged
Nicholas Tartaglione.
the deaths of 4 men
Yeah.
stemming from an alleged cocaine drug conspiracy.
And bro, he's that big and he's 51. How many cops are smuggling steroids in their asshole to get to this guy?
Yeah.
How is he staying that big?
Yeah. So how he hung himself? So
Yes.
so they had like a belt or a rope left in there with him?
This guy probably said, listen, if you keep getting me the juice, I'll keep this fucking guy on ice.
Right.
They didn't, they said, this is the one
No, too
conspiracy.
many secrets.
This is the one conspiracy where nobody believes the true story that I've talked to.
No, nobody.
Except Michael Shermer.
Who?
Michael Shermer, the guy who runs Skeptics Magazine, is a friend of mine. Nice guy.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't disagree with him more. He thinks that things just happen and people kill themselves.
Oh,
That's his take
This
on
guy's
it. And he's been-
he likes a
Yeah,
lot of conspiracies.
He silences conspiracies. He's
Oh, he
never met a
silences.
conspiracy he likes. He
Oh.
doesn't like any conspiracies.
Oh, okay.
And this one is almost predictable. He's right in
And
a
he's
way.
still like, no?
He's right in a way, and I think his concept is pull up his tweets so we can read what he's saying.
I mean, you're not in a good place. You could see wanting to kill yourself if
Oh
you're-
yeah, for sure.
You know.
Make that larger, please.
I don't know where he started. I
But
was trying to see.
just make it larger.
It just seems
Just make it. No, scroll down a little bit there. Okay. A new conspiracy theory developed on Epstein regarding his suicide. They made it happen on purpose.
First let it
Okay,
happen.
here it
on
is.
purpose.
Here it is. Scroll down. If some no-name pedophile died by suicide in prison awaiting trial, would anyone bother concocting conspiracy theories about him being murdered by clandestine outside forces? Of course not. As with JFK, Diana, Marilyn, et al., fame warps perspective and fuels unwarranted speculation. First of all, this is not unwarranted. Second of all, if you don't think that powerful people have people killed, you're hilarious. Like, that is willfully naive. They do it. It says, remember the adage regarding conspiracy theories, never attribute to malice what can be explained by incompetence or chance. True. Sure, you shouldn't do that. It is possible. But what are the odds? There's something. This is
pretty
where it
intriguing.
stinks so bad
Because he's in so many circles and touched so many super powerful people. It's different.
Super powerful people.
Yeah.
Not only that,
He's not just a pedophile like
somebody
like he's saying.
gave him a $70 million house in New York City.
Gave him?
One of his clients gave him.
He was the power of attorney at the time, so he signed it over to himself.
Right, but the guy let him do that.
That's the question: is whether or not he even knew it was happening.
Oh, come on! Like he just stole the house from the guy.
He was in control of a lot of stuff. That's sort of what's coming out now.
$70 million house.
Wow.
$70
Who
million
gave it to
house.
him?
That's what's coming out
But
now.
but how would the guy who he signed it off on? How would the guy not know this guy stole his house and not sue him?
he was in control of all of his finances?
Right, but the guy was living in the house.
Who?
The guy?
Wexner?
No,
Epstein.
Epstein.
He bought the house for him, basically.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah.
The guy bought it for Epstein.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
But who fucking buys you a $70 million house?
Hey, I don't know.
No one's bought me nothing.
There's so many questions about this guy's about where his wealth was, and then the color of his house.
Didn't he own? Didn't he?
The eyeballs on the entrance and shit. The shit about the house is crazy too.
Well, there's like
Oh, yeah.
cameras inside the house and shit. But the other thing was the house that's on the island that is the same color. It's painted in the same way the Israeli flag is.
Uh-huh.
And there was an idea. People are wondering like how far this guy's influence goes and where it comes from. And look at this house, bro.
That was his house?
That's his house on this fucking island.
on the island, it was like a building there.
That's a
Oh,
temple that he
weird.
had on his island. Bro, that's a dope temple, by the way. That thing looks awesome.
Jeez.
I would love that if that was my house. Come on in.
God,
Bro.
how did he get so much money?
Exactly. No one really
Didn't
knows.
he have something to do with Victoria's Secret?
Yeah, he managed some money for the Victoria's Secrets guy that
he
owned
took,
the
yeah, correct.
Oh.
He's the guy who gave him the house.
Oh.
Yeah. You know, Bill Clinton flew on his private jet no less than 26 times.
Wow.
Whatever. No big deal.
He
was a
hung
good
out at
guy.
Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, but I mean, I flew with him 26 times. I've never flown with. It'd have to be my very best friends that I tour with all the time. Have I flown with you 26 times?
Maybe 4 or 5. But not privately ever.
Maybe if we flew together, it might be a little more than 4 or 5. It might be 10. It might be 10. And I've known you for years.
Yeah.
It's not been 26 times. So Bill Clinton was flying with this one guy. Why he's the president of the United States, I think. Was he still president then or no?
It was afterwards. We were on,
Afterwards, I'm done.
I
I'm
flew with
making
Jerry
money.
probably 20 times.
Hey, man, I'm making money. I like flying with Jeffrey. I don't have to pay. I mean, that's a lot of times
Well.
to be partying with a dude. You would think that you would find out about how that guy fucks.
Ugh.
And that when he had
Didn't-
Clinton on the plane was sort of when he fucked up because that's when he stopped flying under the radar.
Who did? Jeffrey Epstein?
Yeah, when that day happened, it was like, uh-oh. And he's been like hiding ever since.
Wasn't-
Because that was like 2003 or 4.
Oh,
And
really?
that's when he got busted. Was shortly after that, and then
He's been on the run since
Yeah.
then.
That makes
Wasn't Trump talking about it with Howard? Howard Stern?
What was he talking about? Oh, about
that he
how
likes
likes
them
the
young?
ladies.
Yeah.
Likes them young.
Like, why were
Yeah.
they talking about him?
I don't know.
Because he was
I guess he was like a famous,
arrested or something?
No,
He was just in the
no,
news?
No, the arrest was later, and that was part of the problem. Was that with the arrest was for some sexual thing with underage girls, and he got a really light sentence. And
Right, he
then
was
more
allowed
people
to-
were freaking out about it. And then one woman pursued this pretty heavily. She was a journalist, and she pursued this story.
that's
right?
where I was
What is
trying
her
to tell
name?
you. I tried to find out the Miami Herald, but
Yeah.
that book I was telling you, I just read about James Patterson. He said everything that kind of came out in that story, they already wrote about 2016, and for some reason the media didn't really pick up on it. He said he wrote letters to everyone.
Well, yeah, that
and
was
no one
when
cared.
that was when this guy got that really light sentence was around there. But this one woman kept writing about
No.
it, and this is one of the things. Pull up the name of this woman because this one woman really doggedly pursued this story, and is because of her. And I think a lot of it had to do with her recognition that this guy had gotten this creepy
Julie
light
Brown,
sentence.
I believe.
Julie
Right.
Brown, yeah.
That,
Not to be confused with downtown Julie Brown. Remember her?
yeah, I
K.
do.
Brown.
Julie K. Brown.
She was great.
like Michael B. Jordan, the actor, not the world's greatest.
No one
basketball
wants their
player.
name is even close to this story.
How about James Brown, the fucking sportscaster? Imagine that. Met
What?
that guy? Nice guy. James Brown, sportscaster?
Yeah.
How the fuck do you call yourself James Brown? How dare you? Like, he owns that, right?
Ow!
Like
Yeah.
Michael Jackson. If you're Michael Jackson and you're a singer, what?
Yeah.
You're who?
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Don't you have anyone in your camp telling you this is a bad idea?
Isn't there 2 of those cuts like a knife guys? What's that guy's name? The guy from Canada? Na 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 na. Brian
Adams.
Brian Adams.
There's
And
Brian.
a new
There's
guy.
Brian and there's
Oh,
Ryan.
There's Ryan.
Yeah.
Again,
Ryan.
change your fucking name. You can't
Ryan
be
got in
Ryan
trouble
Adams.
too.
How about Ricky Adams? You'd be Ricky Adams.
Ricky Adams.
Whatever happened to Brian Adams, man? That cuts like a knife
Cuts
guy?
like a knife.
That guy was awesome.
Summer of '69.
Yeah, he had some great jams.
I think he's still playing casinos.
Yeah.
I've seen him
Got a
at
show tonight.
Where?
Bristol, Virginia.
There
We
you
should all
go.
go to see him. We should make a road trip.
He must, yeah.
Lube Live.
I'm sure it's a good show.
We really have to start doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
Make road trips to just go to see ridiculous shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, go
Def
see
Leppard's
something.
out there.
Yes.
Journey's out there.
Yeah. The Journey with the Japanese
Foreigner.
singer.
Yeah.
That's what's
that guy's
amazing.
badass.
Fuck yeah, he is. Dude,
know.
he sounds as good as Steve Perry ever did in his prime.
I know.
It's amazing.
Steve Perry's still out there. I don't think he's performing, but he's still around.
What are you playing?
Brian Adams, giant crowd.
Wow.
Look at
that's
that.
Brian Adams.
Yeah.
It's all
Yeah.
those
That guy was a star.
postmenopausal chicks.
At the summer of
Super pumped.
69.
What does he look like these days?
He's stretching here.
Let me see.
He's working
Dude,
out.
He's
Look at
fit.
that. He's ripped.
He's fit. Stretch that back, he says. Brian Adams is fit. That's not him. Is it?
Yeah, it's him.
Backstage.
It's a
after.
weird black and white photo. It's
Yeah.
like he's got some Snapchat filter on him, too.
He's obviously spiritually sound,
He looks healthy.
working out.
Well, listen, man, that guy was a rock star when I was in high school.
That's right.
And if he looks that good today, that's incredible.
He's taking care of himself.
Must be.
Yeah, he's doing something right.
Yeah.
He's not running around after teenage girls.
Hanging
He's
out
living a
with-
good life.
Floozies, flying them with Bill Clinton.
Obviously.
Hey, hey, Epstein, what are we doing today?
Yeah,
For conspiracy theorists right now, like for Sam Tripoli,
Uh-huh.
you know, Sam Tripoli runs
Yeah.
Tinfoil Hat podcast. He's
Uh-huh.
in his glory.
Oh God.
He couldn't be happier. But he's taking it to another level. He thinks he's not really dead, that they faked his death.
Ah, of course.
Dun, dun.
Jeez Louise.
For conspiracy theorists, when a conspiracy theory is obvious, they look for the non-obvious possibility.
'cause
they
they-
do the exact opposite of what Michael Shermer was talking about with
Uh-huh.
conspiracy theorists. Never attribute to malice. Everything.
Right.
Everything is malice. All of it. if it looks obvious, there's something more going on.
It's so creepy. God. Well, God. Good. Who cares how? What? It's good he's gone.
Maybe not, man.
It's
Maybe
good
not.
he's gone.
Maybe not. Maybe if he stayed alive, he could have told us some stuff about some terrible people that are still alive doing things.
Yeah, he's the worst one.
I don't know about that.
He's a creepo.
How do we know that? We know he's a creep, most likely, but we definitely don't know if he's the worst out of all those people that he was creeping with.
Yeah.
The thing is, if the guy really did film a bunch of people that are super powerful people doing crazy shit,
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
got to be some stuff, right?
um,
If I was leading the investigation, I'd go after the hard drives.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's where they keep it all, on the hard drives.
They did find hard drives filled with stuff that he had.
They did.
Yeah, that he had with very young girls in suggestive poses, and I don't know if it was pornography, but they were talking about how many different photos of young ladies that
All
they
right.
found on his computer.
All right. Enough with this guy.
But I don't know if they were young like illegal or young like 18.